Hello students, this is Sandeep sir here from Vijay Tutorial, Kingri Satellite Town, Bangalore. Okay, so here admission is open for the academic session 2021-22. Currently we are conducting online classes. So if you want admissions for online classes, you can contact me at this number 8050-644-272. So in this video, I'm going to explain you one of the very important chapter of physical chemistry for second PUC or CBSE 12th student, that is chemical kinetics. So what is chemical kinetics? First you should understand. Okay, chemical kinetics. So the branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay, the factor affecting the rate of a chemical reaction and the mechanism of the reaction is called as chemical kinetics. Okay, so very important definition. They may ask you for 1 marks. The branch of chemistry which deals with the study of rate of a reaction, the factor affecting the rate of reactions, or the mechanism of a reaction. Okay, so there are certain actually you should know there are generally 3 types of reactions. Okay, one is what? Very fast reactions, second is slow reactions, and moderate reactions. Fast reactions means what? The reactions, okay, chemical reactions which completes in less than 10 to the power minus 12 second, that is 1 picosecond. Okay, time is called as fast reaction. It is practically impossible to measure the speed of such reactions. Okay, examples of such reactions are ionic reactions, organic substitution reactions, etc. Okay, whereas when we talk about slow reactions, okay, so chemical reactions which completes in a long time, from some time to some years actually. Okay, so they are called as what? Slow reactions. Example, rusting of iron, which takes around few months, right? Transformation of diamonds. Am I clear? Next, third type of reaction is what? Moderately slow reactions. Okay, chemical reactions which are intermediate between the slow and the fast reactions are called as moderately slow reactions. Okay, so it is actually highly impossible to find the rate of a fast reactions or slow reactions. So here in chemical kinetics, we are dealing with the moderately slow reactions or average reactions, we can say. Okay, so which will take few seconds to few minutes. Okay, maximum few hours. Okay, now try to understand what do you mean by rate of a reaction. Okay, rate of a reaction, when we talk about rate of a chemical reaction, it is the change in concentration of any one of the reactant or product per unit time. Okay, so it is expressed in mole per liter per second or more molarity per second or ATM per time unit is there. So here you can consider any reactions. Let any reaction is happening, reactant to product. Okay, at time is equal to T1. Let the concentration of reactant is R1 and concentration of product is what? T1. When the time changes, like when time is T2, concentration of R is changed to R2, whereas product concentration is changed to T2. So what is rate? Rate is nothing but change in concentration by change in time. Okay, what is rate? Rate is equal to change in concentration by change in time. Okay, you can see here, I have written already. So rate is equal to what? Change in concentration by change in time. So change in concentration of reactant also we can consider, and change in concentration of product. So if you see here, final concentration of reactant minus initial concentration of reactant, R2 minus R1 by change in time, T2 minus T1. So R2 minus R1 we can write delta R by delta T. T2 minus T1 is what? Delta T. Now try to understand one very important concept, sir. See, as with the time, concentration of reactant decreases. Yes or no? So as R2 is less than R1, so this when you talk about delta R is will be negative, right? Because R2 is less than R1, so R2 minus R1 is what? Negative. But rate cannot be negative. To make it positive, we are writing minus delta R by delta T. Okay, but when we talk about the concentration of product, as the P2 concentration is what? Greater than P1, so rate is equal to what? P2 minus P1 upon T2 minus T1. Okay, or we can write delta P by delta T. So you can write a rate is equal to minus delta R by delta T or plus delta P by delta T. See, as it is a change in concentration, what is the unit of concentration? Mole per liter, and time unit is second. So SI unit of rate is what? Mole per liter per second. Okay, am I clear? Okay. Next, generally for a general reaction, okay, if any reaction is given, AA, BB gives rise to CC and DD. So average rate. Average rate of reaction is what? R average is for this reaction minus 1 by A concentration, change in concentration of A by change in time, is equal to minus 1 by B change in concentration of B by change in time, that is equal to plus 1 by C change in concentration of C by change in time, that is equal to 1 by D into change in concentration of D by change in time. So here you should understand rate of disappearance of A is what? Minus delta A by delta T. Similarly, rate of disappearance of B, okay, as A or B are disappeared in the chemical reaction, right? So minus rate of disappearance of B is what? Minus delta B by delta T. They may ask you numericals based on this. Okay, rate of appearance of C. As in the reaction C and D are formed, right? So rate of appearance of C, we can write a delta C by delta T. If they ask you what is the rate of appearance of D, it means what? Delta D by delta T. Okay, so they may give you any one value, okay, and they may ask you, so you have to equate the equation. Okay, rate is equal to minus 1 by A delta A by delta T is equal to minus 1 by B delta B by delta T, that is equal to plus 1 by C delta C by delta T is equal to 1 by D delta D by delta T. Am I clear? So here you can see the graph as the concentration versus time graph is there. Concentration of reactant is decreasing, okay, now with the time. So you can see here this graph is for reactant. Okay, for the reactant this graph is there, as and the concentration of product will increase with the time, right? In the beginning concentration will be what? 0. So this graph you can see. Okay, so when we talk about two different time intervals, okay, so this is called as R average, change in concentration of reactant by change in time. Okay, or R average is nothing but a plus a change in concentration of product by change in time. Am I clear? So you can see here at time t1 concentration is R1, at time t2 concentration is R2. Similarly for product also you can see. Okay, concentration of product at 2 time. Okay, so if we here we have shown for the reactant only. Now one more thing we should know about the instantaneous rate reaction. Okay, instantaneous rate of reaction. Now as we know that the rate of a chemical reaction at a particular moment of time is called as instantaneous rate of reaction. Okay, so here we have considered R reactant to product, any reaction is there. So you can see here R instantaneous is nothing but see generally what is R average? R average is nothing but minus change in concentration of reactant by change in time. Okay, if you what you do, if you just apply the limit delta T tends to 0, so minus delta R by delta T. So you can write this becomes what? R instantaneous. R instantaneous is what? This changes to minus dr by dt. Okay, so this is the R instantaneous. You should know. So if you want to know the R instantaneous from the graph, so slope at any point will give you the R instantaneous. If you want to know that R instantaneous at any point at this time, so if you plot that tangent at this point, that will give you what? R instantaneous. This will give you what? R instantaneous. The tangent at this point. So you can see R instantaneous when the delta T tends to 0. So R instantaneous we can write similarly for product. Okay, so R average is what? Change in concentration of product by change in time, right? So if you apply the limit delta T tends to 0. The limit R average you can write limit delta T tends to 0, that is delta P by delta T. Okay, so this becomes what? R instantaneous. R instantaneous what? dP by dt. Okay. Now methods of measuring the rate, reaction rate. Okay, there are some methods. Okay, methods of measuring the reaction rate. First method is what? pH measurement is there. Second method, change in optical activity. Third one, change in pressure, and fourth one, change in conductance. So you should understand this. The slowest step of a reaction was called rate determining step. Why? 1.5. Okay, if any reaction is occurring in 2 or 3 steps, so slowest step is the rate determining steps. Am I clear? Now, factors affecting the rate of a reaction. There are certain factors which affect the rate of a reaction, like nature and concentration of reactant. Second, temperature. Third one, surface area of the reactant. Fourth one, radiation and catalyst. Next, pressure of a gas. So these topics we have already studied, discussed in a chemical equilibrium in first PUC. Here we'll just remind, see if any reaction is happening, reactant to product. If you increase the concentration of reactant, rate will also increase. Okay, if you increase the concentration of product from outside, reactions will move in the backward direction. What about the temperature? Second factor. Again, there are two types of reaction. One is exothermic reaction. For that exothermic reaction, delta H is what? Negative. It is released. So such reactions okay, occurs at low temperature. Okay, so if you increase the temperature from outside, so rate will decrease. Okay, if it is an endothermic reaction, means delta H is what? Positive endothermic reaction. So that occur at a high temperature. So if you increase the temperature, so reaction rate will also increase. Next, surface area of the reactant. If surface area is more, rate will also increase. Rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the surface area. Next factor, fourth factor is what? Radiation and catalyst. There are certain reactions like decomposition of silver chloride. They will take place in the presence of light only. If light is not there, so the reactions won't take place. Okay. Catalyst also. Similarly, manufacture of ammonia. We talk about manufacture of ammonia. Nitrogen combined with hydrogen gives you ammonia. So if you use the platinum catalyst, so these reactions will occur at a very fast rate. Okay, so catalyst and radiation increases the rate of the reaction. Pressure of a gas. Again, there are two types of reactions. If the number of mole of reactant is more than the number of mole of product, so if you increase the pressure, the reaction rate will also increase. Okay, and if the number of moles of a reactant is less than number of moles of product, so if you increase the pressure, rate will decrease. Okay, and if the number of moles of reactant is equal to number of moles of product, so rate of pressure has no effect on the rate. Am I clear? Now, one of the very important concept you should understand is the rate law expression. Okay, rate law expression. A rate law expression. So here you can see, according to this law of mass action, for a chemical reaction, okay, A, B, B gives some product. So we can write here. 1 second. So here I can write here, the rate of reaction is what? Directly proportional to the concentration of A to the power X, concentration of B to the power Y. Okay, whereas this is according to the rate law expression. X plus Y is called as order of reaction. That is, I'm giving the term N. N is called as what? Order of reaction. But when we talk about the law of mass action, according to the law of mass action, okay, according to the law of mass action, the rate of reaction is what? Rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of A to the power A, B to the power B. Okay, that is when you remove the proportionality, you have to put a constant K, A to the power A, B to the power B. But when we talk about a rate law expression, X plus Y, okay, rate is directly proportional to the A to the power X and B to the power Y. And X plus Y is called as order of a reaction. Okay, so but experimentally it is observed that rate of reaction is found to be depend upon the concentration terms of A and B. Okay, concentration of terms of B, concentration terms of A and concentration terms of B. Okay, so see, try to understand. Okay, this in this above expression, as we know that let the concentration of A and B both are same, that equal to 1. If you take, so we can write rate is equal to what? Rate is equal to K into concentration of A to the power 1, B to the power 1. So, okay, so 1 to the power 1 is what? 1 only. So rate becomes what? Equal to K. Okay, so rate constant. K is what? Rate constant. So this definition you should understand. Rate constant will be defined as the specific rate of reaction when the molar concentration of the reactant is taken to be unity. When the molar concentration is taken to be unity, okay, so rate constant is nothing but a specific rate of a reaction. Okay, so here I have explained here, you can see here. Okay, what will be the next? We are going to discuss the rate unit of rate constant. Okay, the unit of rate constant. See here. Okay, unit of rate constant. Try to understand. See, have considered any reaction, general reaction. Okay, from the rate law expression, rate is equal to what? K into concentration of T to the power X, B to the power Y. So what we can write? K is equal to rate upon concentration of A to the power X, B to the power Y. Let the concentration of A and B equal, that is equal to concentration. So what we can write implies that K is equal to rate upon concentration to the power X, concentration to the power Y. We know that X to the power M into X to the power N is what? X power M plus N. So similarly, we can apply, we can write what is the unit of rate? Mole per liter per second, right? Here we can write concentration to the power X plus Y. X plus Y is nothing but order of reduction N. Or what you can write, K is equal to mole. Okay, one is there, liter to the power minus 1, second inverse. Concentration is nothing but mole per liter. Okay, so I have substituted here concentration mole per liter to the power N. Okay, so or we can write K is equal to mole to the power mole into L to the power minus 1, second inverse by, here you can write mole to the power N, liter to the power minus N. Okay, we know that X to the power M upon X to the power N is what? X to the power M minus N. So mole to the power 1 upon mole to the power N is there. So we can write mole to the power 1 minus N, liter to the power minus 1 and liter to the power minus N is there. So what we can write? Liter to the power 1 minus N, or becomes liter to the power N minus 1, second inverse. Here if you substitute the values of N is a 0 means it is a 0 order reaction. N is a 1 means first order reaction. We'll get the different values of K. Okay, so order is a, if you see, if N is equal to 0, so general formula for finding the K is what? Mole to the power 1 minus N, liter to the power N minus 1, second inverse. So here you substitute N is equal to 0. Okay, for a 0 order reaction. So mole to the power N minus 1 minus N, liter to the power N minus 1, second inverse. So mole to the power 1 minus 0, L to the power 0 minus 1, second inverse. So you will get what? Mole to the power 1, liter to the power minus 1, second inverse. Similarly, when you put N is equal to 1, this is a first order reaction. Okay, so here in this expression, if you substitute N is equal to 1, you will get mole to the power 1 minus 1, liter to the power 1 minus 1, second inverse. So 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So mole to the power 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So liter to the power 0 is what? 1. So 1 into second inverse. So unit of K for a first order reaction is second inverse. Similarly, if you take N is equal to 2, substitute in this formula, you get a mole to the power 1 minus 2, liter to the power 2 minus 1, second inverse. So you get mole to the power minus 1, liter, 1, second inverse. Am I clear? So there are some okay, how you're going to define the order of reaction, you can see here. Okay, order of reaction is nothing but it is the sum of power of the concentration terms of the reactant appeared in experimentally determined rate equation. Okay, for the reaction. Okay, so here if you consider any reaction, A plus B gives rise to some product. Okay, so rate is equal to what? K into concentration of A to the power X, B to the power Y. This is experimentally determined. Okay, X plus Y is called as what? Order of reaction. Represented generally N. There are certain characteristics of the rate of reaction, rate constant. Okay, you can see here characteristics of rate constant. First characteristics, greater the value of rate constant, faster is the reaction. Second, each reaction has a particular value of rate constant at a particular temperature. Third one, the value of rate constant for a same reaction changes with temperature. Okay, it is not going to be same. Different temperature, it will be different. And the value of rate constant for a reaction does depend upon the concentration of reactant. Okay, in our next video, we'll see the differences between order and molecularity of reactions. Okay. Okay. So here we'll see next topic is what are differences between order and molecularity of reactions. Okay, very important. They may ask for 3 marks. Okay, so you should try to understand this. See, order of reaction is the sum of the concentration terms. Okay, on which the rate reaction actually depends. Whereas molecularity of a reaction is the number of atoms, ions, or molecule that must collide with one another to form products in a chemical reaction. Okay, so we can define order also as, it is also defined as the sum of the exponents of the molar concentration in the rate law equation. Next difference is, it can be fractional as well as zero. Okay, order can be 0. Okay, whereas molecularity cannot be 0 or in fraction. Am I clear? It cannot be 0 or in fraction. Next, you see, it is experimentally determined. Okay, whereas molecularity of reaction is theoretically determined. Next, the order of reaction is applicable to the elementary as well as complex reaction, whereas molecularity of the reaction is applicable only to the elementary reaction. Okay, negative order reactions is also possible, but molecularity cannot be negative. Okay, so types of reaction depends upon. Okay, zero order reactions are there, like H2 plus Cl2 gives you what HCl. Okay, NH3 decomposition to N2NH3 is what zero order reaction. Similarly, we talk about first order reactions, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, radioactive disintegration, inversion of sugarcane. Okay, similarly, there are second order reactions, decomposition of hydrogen iodide. Okay, alkaline hydrolysis of ester. There are also third order reactions. Okay, 2NO plus O2 gives you what 2NO2. Whereas the types of reactions depending upon the molecularity. Okay, unimolecular reactions. Okay, number of molecules involved in the reaction is 1. Bimolecular, 2 molecules are involved in the reaction. Thermomolecular means 3 molecules are involved in the reactions. Am I clear? So that is all about the order and molecularity of reactions. Okay, if you like my video, so please do comment and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.